Today on this special edition of On Stage, we're celebrating the best of the city's off-Broadway and off-Broadway scene with the 69th Annual Obie Awards. I'm Frank DeLella, and this is On Stage.
On Stage, presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers.
Welcome to the show. Without a doubt, New York City is a world-renowned destination for theater. From the bright lights of Broadway to some of the more intimate venues beyond Midtown, the performing arts are woven into the fabric of our great city. And I might add, some of the most exciting and groundbreaking new work is happening off the main stem. So on today's special edition of On Stage, we're taking you beyond Broadway to celebrate the best of off and off-Broadway theater with the 69th Annual Obie Awards. Now, before we meet some of the celebrated artists from this year's Obie class, let's get a quick refresher on what the awards are all about from the head of the American Theater Wing, Heather Hitchens, and Obie Award recipient and celebrated playwright, David Henry Hwang.
The Obie Awards mission is to recognize excellence in off and off-Broadway. And it really is about finding excellence where it lives. And it lives in lofts in Queens, it lives in the major off-Broadway houses.
The Obies are the platform that recognize true excellence and true work, generative work in the American theater. So the Obie Awards were founded to honor off-Broadway and off-Broadway during a period when there wasn't really a lot of media coverage and it wasn't getting well-reviewed or there wasn't a good platform in the mainstream publications. And it has remained first, the initial and foremost off-Broadway honor, and I think still the most important.
The American Theater Wing, the creator of the Tony Awards, is dedicated to supporting excellence and education across all theater. They joined the Village Voice in co-presenting the Obies in 2015, before becoming the sole presenter in 2021.
So we had been looking for what is the right way to honor off-Broadway because it is, the ground floor of innovation of so much theater. And the Village Voice was struggling to maintain the Obies, and longtime critic Michael Feingold came to my office one day and said, could you come and be a partner on the Obies and help save the Obies? And it was the quick yes.
Though the world may know them for their Tony wins or Oscar statues, many were recognized by the Obie Awards when they were off Broadway. Think Morgan Freeman, Meryl Streep, Nathan Lane, and Lin-Manuel Miranda, just to name a few.
The Obie legacy is pretty amazing. Just about anybody you can think of who became prominent in the theater. We start in 1956 at the first Obies presentation, and during the 50s, they honor Three Penny Opera, they honor George C. Scott and Robert Duvall. And then you move into the 60s, Edward Albee gets his first major honor for The Zoo Story, his first play. Then you just get this roster of famous people. You just sort of name somebody, and they were probably part of being honored at the Obies at some point in their career.
I think what makes the Obies unique is that because it's not constricted by categories, which makes perfect sense for, off-Broadway and off-Broadway because there's so much experimentation, you can't put it in a box. And art forms evolve.
Having been a juror for the Obies, I can attest to that it's really a lot of work. Collectively, the jurors probably see over 300 productions a year. They basically honor the things that they think were great that season in whatever category. So there could be a lot of actors and performers one year, and another year could have a lot of design elements honored, and it is strictly what the jury feels represents excellence that season.
It is honoring that artist and that work, but it's also driving a field forward.
The American Theater Wing serves as the presenter of the Obies, and the not-for-profit has been supporting artists and the theater community at large for more than a century. One of their new amazing programs is the Gavin Creel Fellowship, named in honor of the late Tony winner who passed away in 2024 at the age of 48 after a battle with a rare form of cancer. Here now again is American Theater Wing head Heather Hitchens and Tony-winning actress Celia Keenan Bolger, a close friend of Gavin's, discussing this new initiative.
When Gavin was dying, we talked a lot about his legacy. And I just said, like, if we started a foundation in your name, like, what would you want it to benefit? And he was like, I want people who don't come from wealthy families to be able to move to New York City and pursue a career in the theater. And so these fellows, there will be 5 of them, will receive both a kind of community belonging and support and also a financial component.
You know, Heather, I remember when Gavin passed, and he passed at the age of 48, he had so much more to live and to give in terms of the community, in terms of his artistic talent and his gifts. He lives on with this, which is so amazing thanks to your organization.
That's really what the goal is, and I'm so honored to be part of this. And, you know, I think that is how the legacy lives on. It's the only way to heal from something so tragic and something that he wanted so badly to make that happen for other people. We have the Jonathan Larson program, which is about his legacy. And when Andrew Lloyd Webber wanted to start something philanthropic in the US, he came to us to do that. And it just feels like we're a place where we can work with the artistic community to bring things that need to happen to make them happen. And of course, our mission is to create the next generation on the stage, behind the scenes, and in the audience. And so this fits squarely into that.
Amazing stuff. To learn more about the Gavin Creel Fellowship Program and to donate to the Fellowship Fund, head to AmericanTheaterWing.org. All right, we have to take a quick break, but when we return, Obie Award winner Michael Urie will be by to help me announce the winners of the 69th Annual Obie Awards. But first, it's time for Onstage IQ. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more premiere theater coverage and exclusive interviews, click the subscribe button. You can also download the Spectrum News app or watch us on TV for the latest information, balanced coverage, weather updates every 10 minutes, and more. We'll see you there.